go back to Twitter real quick because there have been, a lot of changes recently with Elon buying it, and there's just been all these tweets about, like the algorithms changed, and here's kind of like the new things that are favored. Like, what have you seen work recently on Twitter, or is it the same playbook?
My pet theory of what happened on Twitter, and this would be very Elon-esque, was that like 2 months ago, he went in and said, all right, wipe everyone's reputation on Twitter back to zero. And so no matter how many followers you had, no matter how many anything, it was basically like everyone started over. And so because I felt it, a lot of people felt it, where their reach was just randomly lower. Like the average number of impressions they were trying to recalculate. This is just my assumption.
Yeah.
Was that they went and changed something where it was kind of like an even playing field. And so you had two choices at that time. You could complain about it, or you could say, what do I do when I start a new account? The answer is volume. So I went from tweeting 2 times a day to 7 times a day. And just like that, all my impressions, all my engagement, all of it came roaring back. And so I tweeted about that. I'm like, look, everyone here complaining, just pretend you had 0 followers again. What would you do? You would tweet way more. So go do that. And it's clearly aligned with the incentives of Elon to get more people on the platform and spend more time.
Sure.
So my engagement's been fire since I went viral for that $4 an hour video.
Right? That's the thing. So that might have been that you kind of just jumped up the general rankings. But I think if for anyone who's starting out on Twitter, the answer is, and this is really, for anyone starting with anything, the answer is always more.
Yeah.
You solve beginner problems with more. You solve advanced problems with less.
I love it, bro. I think this is the thing I always loved about you is on our mastermind call, like maybe a year ago, like we were all talking about Twitter and like what the growth strategy is. And we're like, oh, Dickie, you have more followers than anyone here. Like, what's the secret? And you're like, oh, I just write a thread every day for like the last year. And it's like, oh yeah, it's really simple. But like, that's really how it is. It's like,
no one wants to hear that the simple basic thing is exactly what works. Like no one wants to hear to lose weight, you need to move more and eat less. Yeah. They want 15 different diets and supplements and all this stuff. No one wants to hear that. They're like, how have you grown on Twitter? I've posted every day for 3 years.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah. That's just the consistency, and it compounds. And through that consistency, like, yeah, sure, some of those pieces of content were not your best. But
Absolutely.
because you put them out, you got to the best one sooner, quicker.
And still some of the pieces I put out are not my best.
Yeah.
Every day. But you put out enough, you recognize what's working, and then you can double down on that.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip, check out the full interview here. And if you want to see more clips from this episode, check it out right here.